the next thing I want to show you is the Soundex searches. And these things are pretty cool too. So I'm going to go in and search for people. And the Soundex is only available under business name, first name, middle name, and last name. And you've got this new option of sounds like. Okay. So let me give you an example. I'm going to go in and say, I want a list of every name that sounds like Marshall. Now, earlier you'll notice, and I did it accidentally, that I typed in this and I got no results because his last name had 2 L's on it. When you do the sounds like, it's going to give you some very close options as to what could be involved in that. So for example, I've got a Jack Marshall, Marshelle. And so this thing was good enough to realize, well, hey, maybe this is a variation of A. And so it, a better example might be Gonzalez. Like, how many different ways can you spell Gonzalez? I mean, there's at least multiple ways to spell it. And so by doing this Soundex search, you're going to get things that are a little more not specific. Now, again, by default, that it won't do that. So, all right. So, but keep in mind, when you do search people, you're going to do sound like last name sounds like, middle name sounds like, but by default, keep in mind, default, it's going to give you equals to. So somebody asked the question, like, that's the same as using a percentage. I would agree. Like, if I were to go in and do something like, I think even like, let's watch this. If I just did MARS, let me see what that comes back. Does that bring them up? Okay, so that didn't seem to be enough. And I don't know if putting a percentage on that still didn't come back. So I think you're going to need a little bit more. That one should bring it back. Now that one's surprising. I can't believe that didn't. Oh, see, I'm sitting here doing all of this with that. Like, duh. All right, let's try it now with Mars. So it didn't like Mars. Let's try MARSH. It didn't like that one. How about Marsh? So that's really interesting. I don't know why. Again, I don't know all of the background on how this works, but you can see somehow it didn't like the fact that it was MARSHA, but and I'm certain that you cannot do percentages on these things. I don't think the percentage key is going to work in here. Let's try, instead of sounds like, let's do, I will say, like, the percentage here, what I would do is starts with MARSH. That will come back with the Marshalls, because I'm just simply saying, hey, it starts with that. I don't need to put the percentage on there to do that. I mean, there's a lot of variables in here you can play with. Like, I could do, I don't know that this is going to bring anything back. Let's do MARSH. I don't think that's going to bring back it did. Look at that. So you got a lot of options over here that are going to let you really use some minute. Yeah, somebody said the contains works well. I would agree. Like, if you just type in contains, man, it's going to give you even things that are in the middle of the word. So yeah, some way or another, you're going to get to where you need to be with that. I think the thing about the Soundex is it's going to give you different spellings that are close. Like this one, it came back with MARSHELLE. How it did that, I don't know, but it came back with some things that were close. So those are the Soundex searches.